Hi there, Josh Hanish from 329. We are a B2B marketing and web development company. And this is our second episode of our SEO series. And we decided to do SEO because it is something that we get talked to about constantly. Whether we are meeting with a potential new client, meeting with a client that we've had for 10 plus years, SEO is something that we're always talking about. And the thing that bothers me the most is that there are people that clients have come in contact with that are like experts, SEO experts. By the way, if you don't know what SEO stands for, it's search engine optimization. But there are a ton of quote unquote experts out there that have these hacks or they like know the secret to Google's algorithm. First off, it's just consistency. That is the biggest piece of SEO is whatever you do it consistently and make sure that you do it for longer than 6 months. If you've done something for 9 to 12 months and it's not showing results, then it probably won't. So you need to change up your tactics. But the goal for our first episode, and if you missed it, you can check it out on my LinkedIn profile. You can go to my LinkedIn profile using this QR code. We'll also post it on 329's website and feed. But basically, SEO stands for search engine optimization. And the first episode was just the basics of how do you improve SEO? And it's basically, in short, you just need to create content. And you need to post it to your website. And you need to share it on social media. And we're going to talk more about those tactics on once you've created the content on how to get it out there so that people are seeing it. But today we're going to go in a little bit deeper on actually like what to create. We know we need to create blogs primarily and like new pages on our website. But what do we talk about? On the first episode, I just said, just start with what you know. If you are, we're a B2B marketing agency. So, if you're a business coach or we work with like different banks, we advise all of them to start with, like if they're going to handle their own SEO, to start with content that they know. This episode, we're going to dive a little deeper into using some keyword tools. I'm going to show you some free tools. And then I'm also just going to talk about some paid tools that we actually use and the strategy around keyword research. And then we're going to talk about how to do proper backlinking. So my biggest advice to you is there is no easy button to SEO. If someone is hitting you with an ad or just telling you like, I found the secret to SEO, they haven't. And what we've seen is that people that operate in the gray area of the Google algorithm, they're putting themselves at huge risk and they're putting their clients at risk of being blacklisted, meaning Google will totally tank your site's ranking and may not even rank it at all. So the first thing that, like I said, in episode 1 is start with what you know. Start writing 1 blog a month. The more you can write, the faster your SEO will grow. Now, that's great. Like, we are all experts in what we do and what we know. But that doesn't mean that we don't need help coming up with ideas for content. So clients that work with us, like, we become experts in their industry, but more than that, we become experts in where to look for the added value. So like I said, we work with some banks, we work with some attorneys, we work with SaaS companies, we work with a ton of different B2B companies. We are experts in each of their businesses, not like a founder would be, but we are very involved and we are always researching our clients' industries. But what I would say is where we add the extra value is that we become experts in where to find those added pieces of value. And that comes with keyword planning. So I'm going to show you a couple of tools. I'm going to share my screen. The first one is AdWords. And some people might be thinking, well, that's for paid keywords for search, like for Google ads. And that is true, but you can also use it for SEO. Again, this is a This is an entry level into keyword planning. So I'll end by more advanced keyword planning tools. So you can start with just open up a Google Ads account for free, and you can go in here and you can type in, like I typed in business consulting, or sorry, business coaching, and you can see all of these searches. And this first column right here, average monthly searches, is literally how many people are searching for that service. You can also see year-over-year change. This is the biggest one that I want to go over today, is competition. So I'm going to click this so that it's showing the highly rated keywords first. So if you look, the first keyword says mindset and accountability coach. Okay, that is very niche. And if you look, there's only 10 to 100 monthly searches a month. Monthly searches a month. Yeah. Good thing you're getting this live because we don't edit these. That is very niche. And you might be thinking 10 to 100 searches, that's not a lot. If you are a business coach and you were able to get in front of 5 of those searches, that would be huge. Like if you are a mindset and accountability coach, that is a keyword that you want to target. And if you look, it says competition is high. Okay, so I'm not going to say avoid all the high keywords. I would start with low to moderate. So the easiest way to figure that out is if you click on this competition and you click on the arrow, it'll show you the ones that aren't even ranked. And you just keep going down until you find, oh, these are the ones that say low. And then you look over here and you're like, okay, this, here we go. Digital millionaire coaching. If this applied to your business, like if your business name had the word millionaire, like coaching in it, that might be a keyword that you would want. And you would write topics on that using those keywords within the blog itself or on your website. Online business coaches for entrepreneurs. If you were an online business coach for entrepreneurs, you would want to run with this keyword in as many blog posts as you could. It has low competition, which means you will get in front of these 10 to 100 searches once your site starts ranking way easier than going for one of those highly rated keywords, because that means there's everybody in your industry is going after it, which you should have some of those big keywords as part of your SEO strategy, but focus on the small ones. Same thing like executive coaching for businesses. That has a low monthly search volume, but that's okay. We just need a couple of clients to, make a profit. And again, it depends on your business model. If, most business coaches are one woman or one man operations. So if they were to onboard 5 new clients at once, that might overwhelm them. So they're just hoping to get maybe 1 or 2 clients a month. Again, this is great because it's low competition. And you can start tracking all of these. So once you have your website built, you need to set up Google Analytics so that you're tracking where people came, like what searches they typed in to find your website. What is your website ranking for these individual keywords? So you come up with a list. You can have as big of a list as you want. Now, do not keyword stuff. That is one trick that I've heard people use that they will experience incredible gains. Well, Google catches on to that. Their algorithms pick up on keyword stuffing. So naturally let the keywords express themselves in your writing. Don't just put a bunch in and have it sound kind of weird. And back in the day, like if there was white space on the page, people would put a ton of keywords in at the bottom, change the font to white so that they were invisible to the users, but Google bots would see it. And that's how they would get sites to rank quickly for these keywords. But Google caught on to that and they changed their algorithms, and they will actually blacklist sites if they catch you doing that. Okay, that's one tool. Another tool is WordStream. If you go to WordStream and you put in some information, you can type in a keyword or a website URL. Oh, by the way, for the Google AdWords, you can also type in a URL. So it could be your URL, could be a competitor's, to see what keywords you're ranking for or you're not ranking for, or what your your competitors are ranking for and what they are not ranking for. Again, this is very similar. It's a little easier to read. You can't filter it as easily, but like if you were a real estate coach, this is actually a really great keyword. It's a medium on the competitive landscape. So you're getting over 6,000 searches a month. It's medium. So if you stayed at this for like a year and wrote a lot of content around that, you could start getting your site ranking on the first page for that search term. Again, it's all about having a very targeted approach. You don't need, you're not going to get the impact you want from just writing one blog. You need to write at least one blog a month. And for like that keyword, that real estate keyword, that should be in at least one blog a month, maybe a couple of blogs a month. So if the first episode was about, okay, write about what you know. Now this next step is like, okay, you know what you know, and you're an expert on that, but maybe there's some blind spots. So use these keyword planning tools to help you figure out maybe what you're missing in your industry, because it's all about what people type into search. And that's the biggest takeaway from today that I think that you should get is you need to be able to match your website with what people are typing into search. So searches that end with near me are obviously super popular now because people just want to be like business coach near me, bank near me, restaurant near me, best pizza near me, best accountant near me, best web developer near me. So you need to be ranking for those as well. You just want to make sure that you are matching searches that people type. And people that aren't experts in your industry might be typing in some weird things that make sense to them and other people that aren't experts, but not to you. And you'd miss that if you didn't do your keyword research. So step one, write about what you know. Step two, once you have a little bit more bandwidth, put some time into researching these keywords. Now I showed you two free tools. There's a third tool. They're expensive, and there's a lot of different kinds. We use one called SEMrush. SEMrush is great. You can sign up for an account. It's minimum a couple $100 a month, and it goes up from there. What's really cool about it is you can do competitor analysis. You can do your own analysis of like your own site on there. It'll give you topics that you can write on based on the keywords that you want to rank for. It is a very cool tool. And it's something that we use to help our clients plan out their strategy blueprint. And that's the other point of this is don't just go by the seat of your pants. Like just don't go in and just be like, I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants and not really have a plan. Create a blueprint. And that's what we do with all of our clients. We don't take on a client until we have a blueprint on where we're going, whether it's a new build for a website, whether it's a whole marketing strategy that involves email, LinkedIn ads, search ads, blogging. We have a roadmap or a blueprint that shows exactly where we're going, where we're ending, and the milestones along the way, and the goals that we're hoping to hit. So I would advise you to do the same thing. Okay, the last piece of this, which is backlinking. Now, again, back in the day, and when I say day, I mean even just like 5 years ago, people would stuff backlinks into sites, or they would try to get their site listed on a bunch of directories. Don't worry about signing up for getting your site backlinked into a bunch of directories. Google realizes this and does not rank sites based on the number of backlinks that they have. It is a factor, but one thing about backlinking is Google looks at the quality of your backlink. So getting your blog posted on USA Today's website or Forbes, or even like your local newspaper here in Sacramento, getting it linked at the Sacramento Bee, those will go so much further than paying $60 for your website to get listed in a directory of all these other websites. You can actually work with PR companies and pay to get feature spotlight in a magazine or on a digital publication. And if you go on a print, if you get, like there's a couple of our clients, like they would make great candidates for Wired magazine. if we got them into Wired, the actual print magazine, they also have a digital version. So that's where the backlink comes in. So focus on quality backlinks. Write a compelling blog about something. Like for us, we are so involved with ADA compliance for websites. Like we are working on some really cool things for that. And we advise clients all the time on ADA. And one blog topic that we're actually going to be writing soon is about how Google notes that ADA compliance helps for a good user experience. And that is something that they see at Google within their algorithm, but they actually haven't started including accessibility as part of the search functionality. And I think that's actually going to change. So again, not to get on a tangent, but ADA compliance is so important for accessibility, but I really think that Google's going to start including it in their search in the next couple of years, because now we have a third state. First it was New York, then California, and now Colorado are passing laws on ADA compliance. And I think it's just the beginning of all states talking about ADA web compliance and how to make the web a more accessible place. Anyways, that was kind of a tangent, but that goes to show you where my head is at in terms of, okay, we're going to write this blog on ADA compliance and how Google doesn't use it in its search rankings, but kind of does indirectly by the user experience, but we think it's going to be added as a heavier weight later. I would like to share that on multiple news platforms to educate people about ADA. So I will actually email, and so you can do the same thing, different publications and be like, hey, my name is Josh Hanish, 329 is my company. We are ADA web compliance experts. Here's what we're finding. Here's this article that we wrote about. Please, if you feel it'd be valuable to your readers, please post it on your website. And also offer a backlink in return. So if they were to post about it on their website, I would go in and change our blog and tell them that, like, include in the blog, like, readers can also read the article at soandso.com. So that's like a trade basically. And your, they scratch our back, we'll scratch their back in terms of backlinking. But again, first episode was all about just write one blog a month, write about what you know. Today, we were specifically just talking about, okay, once you started writing content, now once you have a little bit more bandwidth, do some research on your keywords, both the ones that you are ranking for and the ones that you want to rank for. Look at what your competitors are doing. Go for the low value or the medium value ones. Have a couple of high in there, but you're not going to get the biggest ROI on those high ones. You're going to get the biggest ROI on the low and medium keywords. Make sure you stay at it for more than 6 months. All right, we will be back with another episode next week and a very small preview for a special podcast that we're going to be having in mid-October. I can't really give away a ton of details right now, but we're going to be having an outside expert talk to us about ADA compliance from an attorney's point of view. So more about that later. But next week and the week after, we will finish up our SEO webinar series. And after that, we will have our guest webinar. So I hope you have a great day. If you'd like to join our email list to learn more about marketing tips, especially if you are a B2B marketer or you are a business that markets to other businesses, you might find that email list helpful because it's just one newsletter a month. There's no spam. It is just updates on what's going on in the B2B marketing world.